Alright, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jabaku, and today we're going to be talking about fever dream games. Now, you might be wondering, what the fuck is a fever dream game? So, in simple terms, a fever dream game is a game that you probably played years ago, or a game that you haven't played since you were a child, something you can barely remember. Probably can't remember the fucking name of it, but you remember small details about it, enough to where if you try to explain the content of this game to someone, they think you had a fucking fever dream. So, like, look, here's my example of my fever dream game. And it has to be none other than Spider-Man on the PS1. It's funny because I remember owning the PS1, but I don't remember owning this game until sometime years later when I got a PlayStation 2. And let me tell you, this fucking game has stuck with me for years. Now, remind you, this is back then when you needed a memory card to save your progress in any game. And 7 8-year-old me didn't have a memory card, so every time I played a game, I had to start off from scratch, including this goddamn Spider-Man game. And let me tell you, this Spider-Man game was all you could ever need at the year. It had everything, and I mean everything you want in the game. It had polygon shapes up the ass, a beautiful and immersive world that consisted of only rooftops and the inside of buildings, and anything below the clouds was just imminent death. Down there didn't exist. The mandatory black suit Spider-Man, and of course, how can anyone forget the most memorable thing from this game, Nightmare Fuel Black Cat? Now, you're probably just down to know what the hell was the plot of this game. Well, I can't tell you that because I don't remember, but what I can tell you is a few key parts that still stick with me to this day. One of such scenes being the Scorpion, at least I think it was the Scorpion, damn near throwing Jonah Jameson out of the window, which Spider-Man's all like, we can't have that shit, and then boss fight ensues. Then, if I remember correctly, right after that boss fight, here comes the wild ass scene where Spider-Man is being chased by like a SWAT helicopter or something like that. And I vividly remember having to scale a building while the police are shooting at me. And they're like actively shooting you. You just climb this building. And then I think there's also a couple of like swinging sections where you gotta outrun the chopper. But yeah, that shit was wild. Now we get to probably one of my favorite parts of the game, and I like to call this part Venom hide and seek, because essentially that's what it was. Venom comes out, does his Venom shit, hates Spider-Man, licks your feet, whatever he does. Then for some reason Venom turns invisible, and then he runs away, and then all of a sudden playing one big ass game of hide and seek. At the top of the map, you get like a little compass, and like, oh shit, Venom's in this direction. You start heading towards it, then you get to like the area he's hiding, and you gotta look around, and this nigga is like camouflaged with the background, and so you gotta walk around and find him. And once you find him, he just starts swinging away some more, and then you do this about 5 or 6 times before he gives up, and then basically crawls down into the sewer. And then I think from there a lizard scene comes next, but I could be mistaken. And then finally, let's not forget the last and final fight, the most second most memorable thing from this whole experience, and that was you're underwater, I believe, in this underground facility, and the entire last mission is a race against the clock because this place is blowing the fuck up. And so you're swinging, trying to outrun closing doors, climb walls, swinging through hallways, but that's not the kicker. The kicker is the whole entire time you're being chased by a fusion of Carnage and Dr. Octopus. How or why the hell that happened, I can't tell you. But I do vividly remember this monstrosity chasing me as I'm over here sweating my 8-year-old ass off, stressing because not only is the clock against me, this fucker is chasing me, and I'm just like, oh shit, I gotta beat this game. I don't have a memory card. I did it all in one sitting. And basically, I don't remember what comes next. I just know eventually you escape. I assume that abomination fucker got trapped in there and blown up, but oh well. Well, yeah, that's my fever dream game. And honestly, for the people who've never heard of this game, if I tried to explain some shit like this to you, you probably wouldn't believe me. But anyways, that's just my story. Why don't you guys comment down below and tell me about some of your fever dream games? Hell, it can be even a game that you vividly remember playing, and then you find out to come, this game doesn't even exist. But I'm gonna leave it there. Make sure to click that like button if you enjoyed the video, a dislike if you didn't, drop a comment down below, and make sure to hit that red subscribe button. And until next time, peace.